Joe Hopkins here, and today I'm asking a question. What's wrong with my guitar? I have this Harley Benton Delta Blues, right? I love this guitar. I've loved it for quite some time. Loved it when I got it, still love it. And some time ago I noticed the G string was going a little bit dead. Just sounded muted a bit. So I figured the strings are old. I'll change the strings. I did change the strings. I tried something new. Muscel strings. M-U-S-C-E-L. Muscel, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Got those on Amazon. I really like them. They sound good, you know? I really like the way they sound. I got their custom light. But the thing I noticed is the G string still sounds a bit dead. You can hear it here. Like, I'll go through the strings. You can hear that one. Just doesn't ring out. And it's like that on every fret. You can hear the other string, the one next to it, D string, sounds fine. G string doesn't. It rings, but it's a little bit muted. And I was thinking maybe it's because it's a cheap guitar. I mean, this was a $100 guitar. So I got to looking around, got to researching it, and I found that this is something that happens to instruments sometimes, regardless of how expensive they are, right? Regardless of brand. And it's hard to predict when it's going to happen. A lot of luthiers whose videos I watch, because YouTube's great for learning about this kind of stuff, so I'm looking up videos on it. They said that this kind of stuff happens with guitars sometimes, and it can be for a variety of reasons, which doesn't help much. I did notice, what I did was I tried changing the bridge. And this has a piezo pickup in it, which means it has a little strip of copper wire going up under the bridge with like this little, I guess it's like a rubber or cloth mat, something like that, some little material over it between that and the bridge. And I did notice that the material had worn through underneath the G string, and maybe that could be part of the problem. But it's really bugging me. So when changing the bridge didn't help, I put the original bridge back on it because I like this bridge, the original one, better. It fits better, right? It's hard to find something that fits exactly. So anyway, it does it when I plug it into the piezo pickup too. I mean, this isn't plugged in right now, but it's the same thing. It's a little muted compared to... That rings out nice and true. That doesn't. And you don't notice it much in chords. And by the way, I just tuned it, but I also just changed the strings. So if it's a little out of tune, you know, sometimes those strings have to stretch in a little bit. You don't notice it in chords that much, but it just bugs me. It's bugging me. It just doesn't sound right. And then when you're playing lead stuff, you know, that is really kind of noticeable to me. I don't know if it is to you guys, but just sounds muted. So basically, I've gone through 2 sets of strings now. I changed the strings, and it still sounded muted even after putting new strings on. So I took them off. I replaced the bridge. Restrung it with the same strings, the new ones I just put on. By the time I got around to, after researching it, it still sounded muted. But then I researched it. By the time I got around to taking the bridge off again and looking under it, because somebody mentioned that could be it with piezo pickups, and I think it might be, and put the original bridge back on and all, you know, I put on another new set of strings because the other ones, they were hopelessly kinked up at the end here, obviously. But it's just getting to be a bit frustrating. I think I'm not really going to worry about it till I go to change the strings again, which will be a little while, unless I just decide to say to hell with it and do it sooner than that. But for right now, it's bugging me. If anybody has any advice as to what to do, because like I said, after looking it up, I found a lot of different things, and I tried a lot of them. I tried putting pressure on the headstock to see if maybe add a weight. No difference. So, you know, some people say a headstock weight can make a difference. I can push on it, and that doesn't seem to change. I tried adjusting the truss rod a bit. No difference, right? It does seem to make a difference if I detune it a little bit, but you really got to detune it quite a bit for that to even out. And I don't know. I can't seem to find an answer, so I figured I'd ask. And if the people at Thomann see this video, you got any advice? I love this guitar. I really do. I don't want that to be an issue. And like I said, I'm not bashing you guys at Thomann. The guitar is great, and as it turns out, that can happen to any guitar. Like I said, the professionals who do videos on this thing said that kind of thing can happen for a number of reasons. So I'm trying to track down what the reason on this one is, and I'm having a little bit of trouble. I think it's maybe that whatever that little covering over that copper wire on the piezo pickup is under the bridge there. And where can I get a replacement for that, or is there a way to, I don't know, fix it? Anyway, thank you guys for whatever comments you leave ahead of time. I'm thanking you now if you have any suggestions. And, you know, subscribe to my channel. And hopefully in the future I'll be reviewing guitars instead of complaining about problems with them. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.